Hi everybody, welcome to a new lesson. The objectives of today's lesson are to identify and apply the use of a verb to express our like or dislike, and the ing form, and also to identify and apply the use of the frequency adverbs. Remember that there are going to be some parts of the video where you have to stop the video and do the activity, okay? So let's start with the lesson. Okay, today we're going to talk about how to express our likes and dislikes. There is a structure that you need to follow. The structure is the next one. First, we're going to use a subject to express our likes or dislikes. Then, we're going to use one of these verbs, like, love, enjoy, hate, and can't stand, which are the verbs that express our like or dislike. Then we're going to use the verb but with the ing form, okay? And finally, we're going to use a complement. Let's see the example. I hate listening to BTS, okay? So here we have the subject, then the verb, which express in this case dislike, then the verb listen with the ing form, and finally the complement to BTS. I hate listening to BTS. Okay? But there are some exceptions too. For example, if the verb finishes with e, you have to drop the e and write ing only. Okay? For example, the verb live, you have to write living without the E. And if a short verb finishes in consonant plus vowel plus consonant, you have to double the last letter and write the ing. For example, the verb run, running, with double N in this case, okay? Let's see more examples. Number 1, she loves dancing with trainers. So here we have our subject, then the verb that express like in this case, then the main verb, the action with the ing form dancing, and then the complement with trainers. Number 2, he can't stand working in a computer all day. Number 3, I like watching series in Netflix. Number 4, they hate talking with new people. And number 5, we enjoy spending time with my family. Remember, subject, verb that express like or dislike, then the verb, then the action with the ing form, and then the complement. Okay? Very good. Now I need that you please open your student books on page number 17. Page 17, please. Activity number 1. Grammar, like plus ing. Okay? And we're going to do activity number 3. Complete the sentences. Use the ing form of the verbs in the list. Here we have different examples of different sentences, and the idea is that you read the sentence and write the correct verb next to the verb which express like or dislike. Remember that you have to use these verbs with the ing form, okay? So please stop the video now and complete the sentences. Did you finish? Very good. So now let's check the activity then. Number 0, let's read the example. I hate running to catch the bus to school. I hate running. Remember that the verb run, we're going to double the last letter of the verb. Number one, my mom and dad enjoy. This is the subject. This is the verb enjoy in nice restaurants. What do you think? The correct verb is eating. Very good. My mom and dad enjoy eating in nice restaurants. Okay, number two. My brother can't stand on the telephone. What do you think? The correct verb is talking. Very good. My brother can't stand talking on the phone on the telephone. Number three. They quite like in the sea when it's warm. What do you think? The correct verb is swimming. Very good. And in this case, you have to double the last letter, the letter M. Swimming with double M. Number four. Donna really likes her horse. The correct answer is riding. Very good. And this verb finishes with E. So you have to drop the E and write only riding. Okay? Number five. We love new places on holiday. What do you think? The correct answer is obviously visiting. Very good. Okay, let's talk about adverbs of frequency now. And we're going to do activity number 5. Complete the diagram with the words in the list. Okay, and the words are always, occasionally, never, and often. So you have to complete this diagram with the correct frequency adverb. Let's do it together. Number 0. What do you think? Number 1. Never. Very good. Never. Then we have rarely. Then, what do you think? Occasionally. Yes. Then we have sometimes. Then, often. Very good. Then usually. And finally, always. Okay, these are the frequency adverb, which are words that help us to say how often do we do something. Okay, let's do activity number 6. Complete the sentences so they are true for you. You have to complete these sentences with one of the adverbs of frequency, and they have to be true for you. Number 1. I do my homework when I get home. I always do my homework when I get home. I never do my homework, or sometimes, depending on you, okay? So please stop the video and do the activity. Did you finish? Very good. Okay, we're not going to check this activity because depending on each person, okay? And this is the homework that you have to do this week. You have to open your workbooks on page number 11, page 11, and you have to do activity number 7, 8, 9, and 10, okay? So let's check the activities. Number 7, complete the sentences with the verbs in the list. Okay, so you have different verbs here: take, read, get, chat, go, do, help, and tidy. And you have to write each verb into the correct sentence. Okay? Activity number 8. What about you? What do you like and hate doing on Saturday morning? Complete the sentences so they are true for you. And here you have to create sentences so they are true for you. For example, I love on Saturday mornings. I enjoy on Saturday morning, etc. Okay? adverbs of frequency. Number 9. Match the particles in the list to make adverbs of frequency and write them in the correct place. Okay, so you have to match the correct frequency adverb, and then you have to write in the correct position, the correct place. Now, 0% and so on. Number 10. Rewrite the sentences with the adverb of frequency in the correct place. For example, number 0, I play computer games after dinner. And you have to use the frequency adverb usually. The correct sentence is, I usually play computer games after dinner. Remember that we're going to use the frequency adverb between the subject and the main verb, between the subject and the verb. Okay? Great. And that is the end of today's lesson. Now I'm going to make a review about the contents of unit number 1, okay, so pay attention. In this unit, we saw different contents. First, the present simple tense, the use of the present simple tense. Then we saw vocabulary about hobbies. Then we saw the use of the verb to express our like and dislike, and the ing form. And finally, the use of the frequency adverbs, okay? So now I'm going to make a review about each content. First, the present simple tense. It's really important, pay attention. We're going to use the present simple to talk about habits and routines. And the two important things of this tense are the use of the auxiliary do and does, and also the rule of the S. Okay, when do I use the rule of the S? Very easy. When the subject of an affirmative sentence in present simple is third person singular, you have to add the S to the main verb, to the action. Okay, for example, she walks to the supermarket. She walks with the S at the end. Okay. And we're going to use do or does in the negative and interrogative form, and we're going to use do with the pronouns I, you, we, and they, and does with the pronouns he, she, and it. Okay? Now let's continue with the hobbies, the vocabulary. Can you remember some of them? For example, you tell me. Play an instrument, very good. Can you think of another hobby? Collect things, great, very good, okay, and so on. The other content was the use of like, love, hate, enjoy, or can't stand, plus the verb with the ing. Okay, pay attention to the explanation. When we want to say that something like to us or don't like, we're going to use first the verb that express that you like, love, hate, enjoy, or can't stand something, and then the action, the verb with the ing form at the end. So I'm going to say, for example, I love walking to the supermarket. First, my subject, I, then the verb that express your likes or dislike, in this case, love, then the verb, the main action with the ing form, walking, and then the complement to the supermarket. Okay, that is the end of the like plus the ing form, the explanation of that content. And the last content was the use of the frequency adverbs. We're going to use the frequency adverbs in present simple tense, and we're going to use them between the subject and the main verb.
Can you remember the name of some frequency adverbs? For example, always, yes, never, yes, very good, occasionally, rarely, etc. And remember that we're going to use them between the subject and the main verb. So I'm going to say, for example, I rarely go to the cinema. I, subject, rarely, the frequency adverb, go, the main action, to the cinema. Okay? Very good. And that is the end of the review of unit number 1. Remember to do your homework. That's really important, okay? And see you next lesson. Bye.